Welcome back. It's Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Steve Walling. My guest for this segment is Bob Schultz. Bob, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell me about your ministry. And Bob has a ministry.
Yes, he does. It's called Restoring Freedom Ministries. We've been going for a little over 3 years now. There's about 50 guys that are part of our ministry,
right,
from like 10 different churches that are coming now, and some people that don't go. It stemmed out of brokenness in my own life, struggling with divorce and addiction issues, and then God set me free, as the prodigal story when he came to his senses. You know,
you were out there in the field, and all of a sudden you woke up.
I realized.
There you go. So now, Bob, are you basically the founding force behind this ministry?
Yes, I started it.
You started it, and you've been going now about 3 years?
3 years.
And you were telling me before we went on camera, you're working down in Bakersfield. What are you doing down there?
Well, we had a wholesale sandwich company for 40 years, a family business. Okay. We sold it about 1.5 years ago, but I still work for that company a couple days a week to have some kind of income.
Right.
And when I'm down there, I have a homeless ministry that I have down there. But our kind of the feet of the ministry that we have now, I've got a couple guys that are going to be running homeless ministry in front of Poverello every other Saturday.
You're moving up here into Fresno.
I live here.
Oh, do you?
But I just work down there a couple days a week.
Right.
So.
But you're bringing your ministry up here to Fresno.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean,
sort of.
In dealing with the homeless people.
Yeah.
And that's that's a pretty big thing. But that's a powerful move. You're working with addictions, pornography addictions.
Yeah. Guys that struggle. It started out as divorced dad's ministry with 3 of us, and it just expanded from there out of just the common denominator for all of us is that, brokenness. Whether I've got guys that, grew up in church with no bondage issues, but their wife just said, I can't do this anymore.
Right.
And I'm going to just think about myself now. So there's brokenness from that. And that's one thing Nelson Mandela said, that bitterness is like swallowing poison thinking you're going to hurt the other person. And in reality, until we can come to that place of becoming free, the premise behind it is dying to self.
Okay.
And as you die to self, you become more and more free.
That's true.
And then you also don't have to, if you know that you are truly loved and accepted by God at your core, now all of a sudden you don't have to be searching for that love and acceptance through other people or what you do.
You don't have to go to the outside.
No, you don't, because it's inside, and your life becomes an overflow.
Yeah, it's powerful. Now, how has your ministry been accepted, and how's it working out for you?
It's been great. I mean, what happens with us is that, like I said, it started with 3. Then a guy would know that a friend that was struggling with something, and they'd bring him in. And that's the premise of us is that there's a guy out of Texas called Matt. His name's Matt Chandler, and it's okay to not be okay. It's just not okay to stay there.
That's hard for people to understand that, though.
Right. Yeah. But see, that's the thing, is we have that format where guys can come and be transparent with their struggle, and yet be loved and accepted where they are.
Now, Bob, is this, aside from the homeless issue, for husbands and men that come to this ministry, is this like a men's fellowship type of thing? I mean, or their group? How does this work? It's
a men's group. Every Tuesday night we meet, and there's I either do a teaching, 10-15-minute teaching, or there's a testimony of sharing of one of the guys in the group that's in that place at the last Tuesday of every month. That's what we do.
That can be very powerful for someone.
It's awesome.
For guys that are lost, they got nowhere, and all of a sudden they come and they're surrounded by men.
Right.
And
Well, and you find out that you're not alone in your struggle, whatever it is.
Right.
There's going to be somebody in the group that you can relate to in your struggle. So
that's cool. How do we get a hold of
you? My phone number, 559-472-8817. You can call me. I'm actually in the process of getting my master's in Christian counseling. So doing that, and my heart is just for the broken. Once you've been touched by the grace of God, it gives you compassion for everyone else.
That's wonderful. Besides your phone numbers, is there any other way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, there's restoringfreedomministries.org is our website. Yeah, and then teamrestoringfreedom.com is my email.
Okay.
So
That's
Tuesday nights at 6:45 at New Harvest Church.
The New Harvest Church.
Which
in
is
Clovis, right?
yeah, which is 698 North Minnewawa, Clovis, California. I have an amazing pastor named Mitch Rivera that we're underneath the umbrella of the church.
Right,
now,
and
so.
if anybody has any questions, they can't remember anything else, they can remember New Harvest Church, and they can call
Right.
there and get the information.
Amen. Yep.
All right. Well,
All right.
powerful, my friend.
Yeah.
I wish
Thank
you the
you,
best.
Steve.
I know you're blessed, huh?
All right. Amen.
Take care.
Amen. Thanks.
All right. We'll see you when we come back.
All right.